Hi guys, different backdrop today. I'm at the University of Michigan Hospital today for an appointment. Hopefully, get this back and hip situation, get a plan for that, get it fixed up, man. Those of you who are interested in playing football, make sure you take precautions and know your body and protect your body, or any other contact sport for that matter, because it will come back and bite you probably as you get older, which is no fun in and of itself. Getting older is not the best thing in the world. I guess the gaining knowledge part is kind of cool, but yeah, everything hurts pretty much, and especially when you put your body through a ton of nonsense when you're young and you don't think it's gonna get you. But anyway, that's not what this is about. What this is about is, first and foremost, I gotta wish a happy birthday to Kay. Sorry I'm not there today to say it in person, but hopefully you're watching this today so you can see it. Happy birthday. I had to get this out to you guys today because Miss Jolynn, of course, Miss Jolynn, we love her. We know she's full of the best sayings and all the wisdom and all the things. She sent me something the other day that like totally about knocked me off my chair, but I have to share it with you guys too, because I was thinking about like how do I get that, how do I get this message that she sent to me to you guys, because it was so powerful for me, and so it just reminded me so much of where I've been, where I've come from, and why I keep doing what I'm doing. Miss Jolynn sent me this, and it says, "You've grown into someone who would have protected you as a child, and that's the most powerful decision that you've made." Oh wow, like all the feels, and so true. And I know that you guys maybe have heard, like, or maybe you've read, and sometimes it feels like it's a cheesy saying, but I say it a lot because it's true. I try to be for other people who I would have needed at that age. So whether it's you guys, and thinking about what I needed at that age, or what I needed from other people at that age, more specifically, I try to be that person because I remember those feelings of like hoping for somebody to be a guide and a teacher, a mentor, motivator, all those things. Now with staff, when I think about staff who are just starting out their career and trying to learn and trying to be the best that they can, and some of the struggles that come along with not knowing and not being in their groove yet and all that, I'm an old guy, so I've been around, so I can share that experience. Why I'm telling you this is, you hearing it now gives you an opportunity to identify with the feelings right now. Think about who you need and think about what you need from that person. Now think about what it takes to be that person and why that would be so important in your life. So when you get the opportunity, not only can you be that person, if unfortunately that person has not been who you would need now, maybe you can try to identify how you develop into the person that can, be self-sufficient and take care of yourself, because that's sometimes what we have to do is, unfortunately, when those who were there and were supposed to be taking care of us and teaching us and loving us through certain stages of life, they drop the ball, or maybe they were dealing with their own trauma and things that didn't allow them to be who we needed them to be. I know that was the case for my dad. Cycles before him, generations before him, abusive and neglectful, and a lot of drugs and alcohol and all that involved, and so he had no shot at being a decent human when it came to raising me, and it showed. So you guys are probably thinking about people in your life that are the same thing, right? You can think generations back, grandparents or whomever, and then you come to your parents or your siblings or aunts, uncles, and that, and you look and say, yeah, that makes sense why they're that way. But we're talking about you and what you need. And so really, you have the opportunity now. You can get a jump on this, and early on in your life you can identify, here's what I need right now in my life. So now I know when I'm growing into this person and I'm building myself up to be that person, I can be that for the next person that needs me. And really, you're just kind of, what you're doing is you're satisfying your own needs and teaching yourself all the things that you need to be taught, but you're also preparing yourself to be there for other people. And we talk all the time about the purpose of what you're experiencing right now is there is a purpose, and sometimes it doesn't feel like that, right? Sometimes it feels like it's never going to end. It will. Sometimes it feels like you have no support. You do. And sometimes it feels like there's no purpose for anything that you're experiencing, and there is. And that purpose might simply be that you have to go through this and learn these hard lessons and have all these, really difficult feelings and emotions come down on you so you can learn what that feels like in the moment. So when somebody comes to you later and they need you, you can be there for them. Whether that's your profession, whether that's a family member that needs you, whether that's your own kids if you decide to have them, or whomever comes across. Maybe it's a random happening in your life, but you know what this feels like, and you can be that one who helps somebody else break a cycle, because that's what we do. We are cycle breakers. Miss Jolene sent that to me, man, and I was like, I thought about it, and I was like, I didn't make the decision to be that person. Yeah, I did, and so will you. You have the opportunity right now to make decisions. You're not. I know it's easy sometimes to fall into that cycle of like, oh man, why me? Why is all this happening to me? You feel like a victim of everything, which you are, right? You are a victim of some traumatic events or some bad circumstances or whatever it is that has you in this position. So if that's the case, do we live as a victim for the rest of our life? Or do we flip that on its ear and start thinking about, you know what? These are the cards. These are the cards I was dealt in life. And I can live with this and feel sorry and bad and have that cloud over me for the rest of my life, or I can take all of what I'm going through, because it will end and there's going to be life after this. So now what do we do with it? Do we just stay stuck in that feeling, or do we take all of it and go, man, I walked through hell and I made it out, and I made it out better than I was before I went in, and now guess what? I'm able to help the next person. What a beautiful thing. You can change lives. You can literally change lives. And there's not a lot of learning that comes along in this lifetime that's more valuable than when you can experience those feelings that you're feeling right now and all of the challenges that you're going through and help somebody else get through that now. I mean, think of the times where you really feel alone in your thoughts, and think about the times where you feel like you have nobody who understands what you're going through. Now think about when you finally make a connection with somebody and you feel like, oh damn, they kind of understand what I'm talking about here. All of a sudden I feel like I don't have to hide, and I'm not alone, and I'm not this oddball, and I just have to keep it inside, and it doesn't hurt so bad to know that somebody else is there with you. And that was the most powerful thing for me, and it still is. Making connections with you guys is super, super powerful, because one, it teaches me that there's still always a purpose for what I went through when I was your age, but two, to let you feel like you can come out of that isolation and not feel alone and help you feel seen and heard. That's a decision I made, and thank you, Ms. Jolene, for reminding me, but you also are that person too. And so are many of you others that are watching this video, because why? Because we're cycle breakers. That's what we do. Happy birthday again to Kay. I'll see you guys tomorrow.